The Rough Show. Rough, 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 rough.
The Rough Show.
Rough, rough, rough.
The Rough Show.
Rough, rough, rough.
Hello, this is The Rough Show. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is the channel where I tell you about my views on certain events. My name is Andy Ruvett. I live in a box. No. I have not really slept in 2 days. I'm not impressed by this. I should be sleeping right now. But anyway, let's get into what we were going to be talking about. As I've said before, possibly in the last video, I think I actually did say it in the last video, I do write these. I don't edit the crap out of them like Philip DeFranco, but I don't know, sometimes raw material is better than rehearsed material, or scripted material, for that matter. So, anyway, let's just jump into it. Oh, that's something Philip DeFranco says. Oh, wait, fuck it. I don't really care. He's not listening. Or watching this. Anyway, so, Captain Marvel has come out, and there have been people saying it's good and people saying it's bad. I have not seen it. I have a friend, Terry, who seems to ruin films for me, which I guess we all have that friend who just ruins films for you. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see it. I started watching Ant-Man and the Wasp. I was told it's more about the Wasp than Ant-Man. That's true. But so far, I wouldn't exactly say this film is crap. I like Paul Rudd's humor. I like Paul Rudd's characters. I find he has a bit of diversity. Not that much, but he has, like, he goes from, like, you know, this man who wants to have basically a man date with a friend and not, like, be, you know, the bromance, if you know what bromance means. And that's I Love You Man. He played Phoebe's husband, well, soon to be husband. He played Phoebe's husband in Friends. I like Paul Rudd. There are actors that you know are very, you know, either down to earth or just, you know, everymen. They just got that face. Joe Krasinski is one of those people. John Krasinski, not Joe. I think it's John, right? John Krasinski? Yeah. Anyway, John Krasinski would be one of them. To me, he's got an everyman face, given that he's basically the everyman Jim in The Office. Which, honestly, to be honest, is a crappy show. Yeah. Let's actually dive more into that. The Office. So, if you don't know, The Office is about well, there's two versions. There's the British version, which is actually much better and just makes more sense. With Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais is on the production team, and he's written a few episodes, maybe more than a few, of The Office episodes for the American version, which is more popular than the British version, I would say, given the Office American version has more seasons than the Office British version, because the Office British version only has 2. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the show is about basically your worst boss ever, and you work in a paper company, which is kind of funny. But honestly, by the time we get to 8 seasons of this crap, I just don't believe it anymore. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make me feel that any of this, at least half of it, would not work. This man would have been fired, or he would have had a lot of complaints. But then you learn that, you know, Dunder Mifflin goes bankrupt, and so you're just like, so this is just a show about corrupt companies. I don't I'm gonna finish it because, like they said, you always finish what you started. If I really hated it, I would have given up on it. And I don't hate it. It's just unrealistic. Unrealistic, and that's it I'm going to say about that. So let's go back to Captain Marvel. So, Captain Marvel apparently is more powerful than any of the other superheroes in the Marvel Universe. Apparently, though, Shazam was named Captain Marvel before Captain Marvel was, the girl, was introduced into Marvel comic books. But unfortunately, the DC guys lost with Marvel, and so they had to change their character to Shazam, and that's why Captain Marvel is Captain Marvel. But I just gotta say one thing. Honestly, putting the name of your comic book in a character isn't the lowest of the low, but it's pathetic. I'm sorry. It's like giving Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent the same mother, Martha. Like, were you people on crack when you did this? Like, was crack even popular when you invented Superman? Like, I don't give a shit, to be honest. But it's just like, logic just surpasses you. I don't know. Anyway, what else to say? Endgame looks amazing. But I've been disappointed before. So, who knows? But Endgame is literally Endgame. The Endgame of Avengers. The Avengers War, which they've had a few wars. They've had the first war in the Avengers. They had a second war in the Avengers 2. I really hope it had a better name than the Avengers 2. And then there's the Avengers Infinity War. And then there's Endgame. Some people believe that Captain America, played by some guy I forget the name of. Anyway, Captain America. This is why you don't do this with 2 days with no sleep. Anyway, Captain America, the actor of Captain America, Chris Evans, might be leaving the franchise. So that'll be interesting. I like that Marvel is going with this cool story arc, and basically all of their films interconnect somewhat. Yeah, basically. So that's cool. But yeah, apparently Chris Evans might be done with Marvel. He might just be done with acting altogether. I'm not really sure, but he might be done with it. What will be disappointing, but I think is upcoming, is Robert Downey Jr.'s character Iron Man might be leaving Marvel as well. But I don't feel that Robert Downey Jr. has decided this. Marvel, the cinematic Marvel Cinematic Universe, or Marvel Studios has decided to do this. But I don't know. I don't have the script in front of me. I don't have connections with any of the actors that are going to be in the film. So, and even if I did, I probably couldn't tell you because I would be sued. But anyway, point is, America is a growing cesspool. Yes, that's true. But that's not what I was trying to get at. Anyway, so why do I think Tony Stark or Iron Man is out? Iron Man, first of all, the first Iron Man, in the ending of the movie, Tony Stark was never supposed to announce that he was Iron Man. That was never in the script. Robert Downey Jr. just did it. And they're like, alright, that works. And then we have Iron Man 2. And you're like, okay? And then you have Iron Man 3. And you're just like, we're still going with this, aren't we? I'm not saying that that's why Iron Man is dead. I'm just, have you seen the trailer for Endgame? It's pretty bleak. It looks like he's literally in the middle of space, we don't know where, and just dying. The man is dying, but he had a vision of the war and the aftermath and all the bodies, and this was Tony Stark's vision, so it's like, yeah. Anyway. So Captain Marvel is supposed to save the day, which to me is a pretty big cop out. But if they do it right, they do it right. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to see Captain Marvel in theaters. A movie I highly recommend, highly recommend, is 5 Feet Apart. 5 Feet Apart is about these two. I can't call them mentally ill because it's not their brains that's wrong with them. I guess diseased patients. I think one has CF, one has something else. I don't know. Got tubes in their noses all the time. They can't breathe like regular air. Oh, wait, sorry. So one girl has damaged lungs, so she needs, I guess, processed air rather than the air outside because she needs this. I don't think it's called a catheter. Maybe it is. It might be. Anyway, they have these tubes in their nose. It's a beautiful film. Sad, but beautiful. Highly recommend it. It stars Cole Sprouse. Pretty sure that's his name. He was in Zack and Cody. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. He was either Zack or Cody, I think. And also, what else? And Riverdale. Jughead. How can I forget that? Yeah, but I think Riverdale, I'm not following it right now. But it also happened to me with Orange is the New Black. So why am I not following that anymore? I don't know. But I'm taking a break from various shows. Rewatching Breaking Bad for the 4th time, as my sister blatantly stated. But I enjoy Breaking Bad. I think it's a great show. It's not my favorite show. My favorite show is Longmire. It's up there. It's up there with the greats. Bryan Cranston, you're a very talented actor, Bryan. I think I should end this. Anyway, watch 5 Feet Apart with your significant other, alone. No, actually, don't see a movie ever alone, in theaters at least. With a friend. I saw it with my best friend, George. I won't announce his last name for, copyright reasons. That's also a joke. The reason I'm making all these stupid jokes is I've got a show tomorrow. I've written some of the script. I should probably be writing more of the script now, but I'm not. So, anyway. That's it. We're wrapping up. This is a train wreck.